Hey there, dear reader. Do you remember the good old days when you used to sit in front of the TV, eagerly awaiting the next episode of the 1962 classic, McHale's Navy? Ah, those were the times, weren't they? The days when black and white screens brought colorful characters to life in your living room. As we journey back to those simpler days, I want to invite you to share your cherished memories of this beloved show. Do you recall the laughter it brought into your home? The camaraderie of the crew members aboard PT-73, the misadventures of the irrepressible McHale and his ragtag team. Perhaps you had a favorite character that you secretly wished was part of your own crew, or maybe it was a certain hilarious moment that has stayed with you all these years. Whatever it is, let's take a stroll down memory lane together and relive those precious moments. Now, as we dive into some fascinating random facts about McHale's Navy, I promise y'all discover something new that will add an extra layer of nostalgia to your recollections. So, without further ado, let's set the stage for this delightful journey back in time. McHale's Navy, a beloved 1962 TV series, emerged as a comedic gem within the military genre. Created by Edward Montagny and starring Ernest Borgnine as the irrepressible Lieutenant Commander Quinton McHale, the show transported viewers to a fictional Pacific island during World War II. McHale's ragtag crew, including characters like Ensign Parker, played by Tim Conway, and the bumbling Captain Binghamton, portrayed by Joe Flynn, were the heart of the series. What set McHale's Navy apart was its unique blend of slapstick humor, camaraderie, and clever wit. The misadventures of McHale and his crew as they outsmarted the bumbling Captain Binghamton and navigated the challenges of wartime created a winning formula that resonated with audiences. The show's playful take on military life allowed viewers to find humor amid the chaos of war, making it a memorable and endearing classic. McHale's Navy had a lasting impact on popular culture, influencing subsequent military-themed comedies and cementing its place in television history. It showcased the power of humor in addressing serious topics while endearing audiences to its lovable characters and their antics. McHale's Navy remains a timeless example of how laughter can shine even in the darkest of times, making it a cherished series that continues to be celebrated today. In the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, one interesting tidbit is about Captain Wallace B. Binghamton's pre-war occupation. Before joining the military, he ran a yacht club on Long Island Sound. In some episodes, he was portrayed as the editor of a yachting magazine. There's even a scene where he's spotted wearing a sweatshirt that reads San Diego Yacht Club. This added a touch of humor to his character and highlighted the contrast between his civilian life and military responsibilities. Another noteworthy aspect of the show was the way Lieutenant Cmdr, Quinton McHale's crew dealt with Japanese submarines. Whenever they attacked a Japanese sub, it often had a dramatic outcome. The sub would either explode on the surface when hit by a torpedo or surface, and explode when hit by a depth charge. These action-packed sequences were a recurring theme in the series, showcasing the crew's resourcefulness and adding excitement to the show. Lastly, it's fascinating to know that the entire Pacific Ocean naval base of Taratupa, where most of the series was set, was actually built on the backlot of Universal Studios. Even after the show went off the air, these sets remained and were used as an attraction on the studio tour for many years. It's a testament to the lasting impact and popularity of McHale's Navy that these sets continued to draw visitors long after the series concluded. So, whether it's Captain Binghamton's yacht club past, the explosive encounters with Japanese subs, or the enduring legacy of Taratupa on Universal Studios' backlot, McHale's Navy is filled with intriguing details that add depth to this classic TV series. In the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, one notable character was Ensign Charles Parker. While Parker often spoke of his mother, he rarely, if ever, spoke of his father. This aspect of his character added a layer of mystery to his background, leaving viewers curious about his family history. The crew of the PT-73 had various duties on the show. George Christie Christopher served as the quartermaster, responsible for navigation. Harrison Tinker Bell worked as the motor machinist's mate, handling the boat's engine. Lester Gruber and Joseph Happy Haynes were torpedoman's mates, in charge of the torpedoes. Willy Moss served as the radio man, handling communication. Virgil Edwards took on the role of gunner's mate, responsible for the weaponry. Each crew member played a vital part in the operation of PT-73, contributing to the show's humor and camaraderie. Another intriguing aspect of the series was the character Fuji Kobiaji, who regularly exclaimed "Oy vey" whenever something was amiss or trouble was brewing. Interestingly, this expression is not Japanese but rather Yiddish, meaning "oh whoa." Fuji used it so often that in one episode, Lieutenant Cmdr, Quinton McHale jokingly said, "It's just like Fuji would say if he was here," and the entire crew chimed in, saying "Oy vey." This recurring catchphrase became a memorable part of the show's humor. In summary, McHale's Navy offered viewers a mix of characters with intriguing backgrounds, diverse crew duties, and memorable catchphrases like "Oy vey." It's no wonder the show remains a beloved classic in television history. In the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, the character Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, portrayed by actor Joe Flynn, earned the nickname Old Lee Bottom. This moniker stemmed from a backstory that he had sustained a war wound in his buttocks. Although the show was a comedy, this injury added a humorous element to his character. The series centered around Lieutenant Cmdr, Quinton McHale and his crew stationed in the Pacific Theater during World War II. However, during the final season, a notable twist occurred. McHale, along with Captain Binghamton and Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, were unexpectedly transferred to the European theater. Such transfers rarely, if ever, happened in reality. This shift in setting brought fresh challenges and comedic situations to the show. Initially, McHale's Navy was conceived as a straight military action show. However, as the series progressed, it evolved into a comedy, blending humor with the wartime setting. This change in direction contributed to the show's unique appeal and its enduring popularity. In summary, McHale's Navy was a television series that combined humor and military themes. Captain Binghamton's nickname Old Lee Bottom, the unusual transfer to the European theater, and the shift from a serious military approach to comedy were all notable aspects of the show's history. During the first season of the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, Ernest Borgnine was the only cast member featured in the opening credits. However, starting from the second season, Tim Conway and Joe Flynn also appeared in the opening credits alongside Borgnine. Notably, despite the show's popularity at the time, none of the officers, including the titular character McHale, were ever seen wearing a garrison cap throughout the series. Furthermore, Willy, who was primarily a radio man, also took on the role of a sonar man. He frequently relayed information to Lieutenant Cmdr, Quinton McHale, about approaching Japanese submarines detected on sonar. These behind-the-scenes details offer insights into the show's evolution and the versatility of its characters. McHale's Navy remains a memorable series from the 1960s, known for its humor and unique take on military life. The vessel used for shots of the PT-73 underway in the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy was a 72-feet Type 2 Vosper MTB, originally built under license in the U.S. for export to Russia. However, World War II ended in August 1945 before this boat, known as PT-694, could be sent to the Soviet Union. Instead, it was purchased by billionaire businessman Howard Hughes and repurposed as a chase boat for the one and only flight of his legendary Spruce Goose aircraft. Later, Universal Pictures acquired the boat for use in the show. The boat, while resembling a PT boat, had some differences from the authentic Vosper PTs. Notably, it lacked machine gun turrets on either side of the pilot house, unlike the PT-73 depicted in the series. Additionally, there were irregularities such as the main mast being located aft and a small mast positioned in front of the cockpit. Filming of the crew aboard the PT-73 actually took place on a full-scale mock-up on a soundstage. After its stint in the show, the PT-73 was sold to the mayor of Hawthorne, Ka, and converted into a sport fishing boat. Unfortunately, its fate took a tragic turn when it broke loose from its mooring near Santa Barbara during a storm and washed up on the beach, leading to its destruction. The real PT-73, which the show's fictional boat was loosely based on, was a 78-feet Higgins boat that met its demise on January 15, 1945, as it ran aground and was destroyed to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. In a fascinating twist, according to actor Ernest Borgnine, who played the character of Lieutenant Commander Quinton McHale in the series. The PT boat used for filming was originally owned by Howard Hughes. This boat had a remarkable history, serving as Hughes' photographic chase boat during the legendary and iconic solo flight of the Spruce Goose. So, while McHale's Navy may have taken some liberties with the PT-73 Seconds portrayal, it's clear that the boat itself had a rich and storied past that added a unique layer of history to the show's production. As we sail away from the shores of nostalgia and bid adieu to the unforgettable voyage of McHale's Navy, take a moment to reflect on your personal connection with this timeless 1962 TV series. Whether you were an ardent fan, a casual observer, or are just discovering it for the first time, there's something magical about the camaraderie and misadventures of the crew that has touched the hearts of generations. Did you chuckle at the ingenious antics of Skipper McHale and his ragtag crew aboard PT-73? Perhaps you found solace in the familiarity of their escapades, offering a glimpse of simpler times. Or maybe you were drawn to the unbreakable bond formed amidst the chaos of wartime, a reminder of the enduring power of friendship. Now, it's your turn to share your thoughts and cherished memories of McHale's Navy. What episode made you laugh uncontrollably? Which character resonated with you the most? Was there a particular moment that left an indelible mark on your heart? We invite you to share your favorite recollections and reflections on this beloved series. Your words will be the wind in our sails, keeping the spirit of McHale's Navy alive for years to come. Thank you for taking the time to reminisce with us and for sharing your thoughts. Together, we'll keep the legacy of McHale's Navy alive, one memory at a time. With warm regards,